Thursday, he wasn't. Friday, he was. Within 24 hours of saying he wouldn't go, Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak resigned. That brought jubilation to Tahrir Square. And here in Washington.
And finally, he stepped down. So I'm so excited, I'm so happy.
The news left the U.S. assessing its foreign policy.
The word Tahrir means liberation. It is a word that speaks to that something in our souls that cries out for freedom. And forevermore, it will remind us of the Egyptian people.
It's a clear message from the president after U.S. policy flip-flopped over 2 weeks, at times supporting the protesters, other times leaning toward the government, and frustrating analysts and legislators.
The policy of the U.S. has been disastrous.
First, it was negotiate with the opposition.
It had sent extremely confusing messages.
Then it was orderly transition.
Now experts say the administration has much work ahead. Khaled McInerney is from the Brookings Institution.
They have a lot of policy-making catch-up to do in terms of how they approach the region now, because this is a complete game changer. And they're going to have to formulate, reorganize their priorities in the Middle East and adapt to this very, very different reality that exists on the ground now.
A big transition for Egypt will be free and fair elections. So far, no one has emerged as a leading presidential candidate, but prominent voices include Nobel laureate Mohammed al-Baradei, Arab League Secretary General Amr Moussa, and Google executive Wael Ghonim, held by the authorities for more than a week. Elgindy says Egypt, as the largest and most influential Arab state, will be a model for the region, so U.S. policy is key. Already, several countries have enacted reforms proactively to maintain calm. Although the survival of the Egypt-Israeli peace treaty was a concern for U.S. policymakers, Elgindy says the demonstrators simply want a better life.
They want to be able to have a say in shaping their future. They want what young people everywhere want. And I don't think that includes initiating a war. And that's essentially what abrogating a peace treaty would mean.
Analysts say the Egyptian activists and their successes could change U.S. policy. Stephen McInerney is with the Project on Middle East Democracy.
These uprisings will make the opinions of the people in the region more important strategically to the United States. I think the United States has been able to not value as much the opinions of the populations because they were headed by non-representative governments that were not held accountable or responsible to their populations.
For 30 years, change was not a word associated with Egyptian politics. Now that it is, analysts are anxious to see how deep that change will go and what it will look like. Carolyn Presutti, VOA News.